Selling a home with a mortgage in Lexington, Mass. Easy or messy? Short answer, totally normal. If you're thinking about selling your home in Lexington, Mass, and you still have a mortgage, let me put your mind at ease right away. Almost every seller does. I'm Beth Sager, and I help homeowners right here in Lexington, Massachusetts, navigate this every single day. Let's break down how it actually works and when it can get messy. First, the basics. When you sell your home and you still have a mortgage, the loan doesn't follow you. It gets paid off at closing. The closing attorney requests a payoff statement from your lender. That statement shows exactly how much you owe, principal, interest, and any fees as of your closing date. At closing, that amount is paid directly from your sale proceeds. What's left after that? That's your equity. So in a typical Lexington sale, it's straightforward. You sell, the mortgage gets paid off, you receive the remaining proceeds, done. Second, where sellers get confused, sometimes people worry, what if I owe more than I sell for? That's a different conversation. If your home's value is higher than your mortgage balance, which is often the case in Lexington, you're fine. If for some reason you owe more than the market value, that becomes, a short sale situation. That's more complex and requires lender approval, but that's not the norm here. In most cases, sellers have equity. Third, what about your interest rate? This is emotional more than logistical. Some sellers have very low interest rates and feel stuck. They think, if I sell, I'll lose this rate. And that's true. Your new purchase would be at current rates. But that's a financial planning question, not a transaction problem. From a process standpoint, selling with a mortgage is simple. The bigger decision is strategic. Does selling align with your goals? Fourth, timing matters. Before you list, I always recommend requesting a rough payoff amount from your lender. Know your number. Because knowing what you owe changes how you price and negotiate. If you understand your mortgage balance, estimated closing costs, expected sale price range, you can calculate your likely net proceeds. Clarity creates confidence. Fifth, watch for prepayment penalties. Most modern mortgages do not have prepayment penalties, but it's worth confirming with your lender. The last thing you want is a surprise fee. Sixth, second mortgages or HELOCs. If you have a home equity line of credit or second mortgage, that also gets paid off at closing. All liens must be cleared before transfer. Again, normal, routine, handled by the closing attorney. Seventh, where it can get messy. It gets messy when you haven't checked your payoff early. You assume your equity is larger than it is. You price emotionally instead of strategically. Or if you're trying to coordinate selling and buying at the same time without a clear timeline, that's where planning matters. In Lexington, homes that are priced strategically often attract strong interest early. That momentum gives you flexibility on closing timelines, and flexibility makes moving with a mortgage much easier. Now let me zoom out. Selling a home with a mortgage in Lexington MA is not messy by default. It's standard. The mortgage gets paid off at closing. Your equity gets released. The key is understanding your numbers before you list. Know what you owe, know what you're likely to net, know your timeline, and then position the home strategically so you maximize that equity. If you're thinking about selling your Lexington MA home and you still have a mortgage, let's talk before you make any big decisions. We'll look at current comparable sales. We'll estimate your net proceeds. We'll build a timeline that aligns with your next move. I'm Beth Sager, and I help Lexington homeowners sell smart with clarity, strategy, and no unnecessary surprises. Book a consult with me. No pressure, just clear guidance so you can move forward confidently.